Is Adidas. When I hear, you know, it's funny. My mama, the first my mama liked it the most filthiest rapper that was. What's up, y'all? I'm sending some requests and stuff, so it might be a little glitchy for a couple of seconds, but we about to start the show in 3 minutes. And I got my guest here tonight, Jason Pierre, a part of the New Orleans original, new to the cast. And he's sitting here gonna be chilling with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Yako. Is another crossover. You know how we do it at Crescent City Radio. So I appreciate y'all for joining in. Tag y'all friends. Look, copy the link. Go, you got the little three dots. Go to share, go to copy the link, and tag your friends. Send a message to you. Yeah, let them know what's up. See, we even pre-jamming. I'm gonna do one more before we get into the show. I guess I'm gonna hit Jermaine Jackson. I've been in some Jackson mood. I guess cause Joe died. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about all the good times. You know what I'm saying? The freeze come out at night. For real, he put in work. All right, guys, I'm about to send one more share request on Instagram, and then I'm about to get ready to start the show with y'all guys. The topic tonight is rebuilding, so let's get ready. For holding with me. All right, we about to get it going. All right, okay, and right, get us started. Y'all get ready. It's gonna be good.
What up, what up, what up, this Young and Tate. This JB Rambo. And you tune in to the Kitchen Talk Radio Show. You ain't on no radio station if you ain't on this bitch, believe that. You hear me?
I'm blocking the thing. What's up, what's up, what's up, Crescent City Radio? Y'all already know what it is. It is the Kitchen Talk Radio Show. And y'all already know who I am, and I am feeling good tonight. Because, man, we're going to have us a good time. We're going to be talking about rebuilding. Yes, I even gave you the topic before the introduction. So let me hit y'all with the introduction. Welcome to our kitchen, where we save a plate just for you. So sit back and enjoy the knowledge and the conversation that we are passing around, because the goal of this show is to understand the world by understanding your world. Welcome to the grown people table. Oh man, I'm feeling good. So all right, y'all, we on my people on Facebook Live. What's happening? What's happening, my people that's listening on Crescent City Radio? What's happening, man? We got a singer in the house tonight, artist and producer. Y'all already know who he is. If y'all watch my boy, the New Orleans original with Yako, is another crossover event. The newest member to the cast, Mr. Jason Pierre. Did I say that right?
You said it all, man.
Woo! Bells and everything, jing-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, all that. Oh man, you excited, bro?
I'm very excited, bro.
All right. Yeah, we gonna have us a good time, bro. We gonna have some people calling in. And in case y'all don't know how to call in, man, it's pretty simple. The number is 504-865-3635. That's 504-865-3635. I already done started the recording late. I should bring the song back, but y'all already know what it is. So tonight, man, we done had a good month. We had couples month this month. Obviously, it ain't no couples in here tonight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Vic Stay With It, my lovely wife. Like I explained 2 weeks ago, she will be taking a sabbatical. She's been helping me since this show has been conceived, and we celebrated our 1 year on the 10th, but we actually had our party last week. So we had a good time, and that was pretty much her bow for a while. So you will see her pop in from time to time, her and Alana Renee. But at the same time, we're gonna have some new people coming in. We're gonna have some guests coming in. So we're gonna have a lot of fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? So and going into that, we're gonna talk about rebuilding. So let's kick it off, cause it's just me and you right now. We the fellas right now. We chatting it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We talked about infidelity last week. We talked about triggers the week before. You know what I'm saying? We talked about communication. So now we talking about rebuilding. So there's many levels to rebuilding, of course, not just on a relationship basis.
Right.
So when you think of rebuilding, what's one of the first things that come to your mind?
Starting something over. Starting something new. You know what I'm saying? Like, just picking up from somewhere and just going with it to do something new from something old, you know? If it's rebuilding, because it had to be knocked down or destroyed, you feel me? So if you could rebuild it, it'll come back a little better. Like, you know, like Katrina came in New Orleans. Like, New Orleans was rebuilt in so many ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not exactly how it used to be, but it still was rebuilt.
True. That's a deep statement, bro. Man, just in case, yeah, I gotta reiterate who my guest is, because I pressed record on our record thing so late. So just for the recording's sake, that's my boy, Mr. Artist, Mr. Producer, Mr. Jason Pierre from the New Orleans original with Yako, you know what I'm saying? The newest cast member.
Yeah.
Just had to put that out there again, man. I'm showing love to our Crescent City Radio family. You know how we do. So
Shout out Big Three, you heard?
true. So when I think of rebuilding, bro, I kind of go with the same thing, man. I look at rebuilding as a stage. You know what I'm saying? It's a stage just like everything else in life. When you're going through a season, eventually your season, a change in that season gonna come.
Right.
And then after that, with that change comes the rebuilding phase. You know what I'm saying? And it's a constant. It ain't something that just happens once in anybody's life. And that's something that I realize.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen once in life. Sometimes you gotta rebuild yourself every
Like
single
a life
day.
cycle or something.
Right. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, give me one of your examples of a story or a situation, bro, where you had to rebuild on some form of level. It could be on any level of rebuild.
I started off as an R&B singer, so you could say I rebuilt my craft when I started rapping, because I started off originally as a producer. So it's like levels. Like, the next step of rebuilding me as a musician was what I could do next. You know what I'm saying? So I think me just basically switching and trying something different, it helped me rebuild my artistry. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I think that could be, for me, like a form of rebuilding. Just steady, you know, going with my craft, like, and just, you know, trying to do something different. Even though, like, the old, not saying I destroyed basically my old style or nothing like that. It's just I'm trying to get better. And when you rebuild something, most of the time it's gonna be better than what it was before.
True.
Yeah.
True. I must say, I'm gonna use the example, my example of rebuilding, I guess, would be the show. Like, I was talking to you earlier, and I know I kind of talk about the history of this show often sometimes, but I don't really go into grave detail. But this show is actually technically a spinoff of another spinoff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, the guy pretty much left and started his own thing. His spot was left, but previous guests on the show, reoccurring guests, end up starting their own show, which I end up slowly becoming a host after things change within the cast.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then ultimately I move and I leave, and then I'm starting this, and then hurricane happened, then I'm out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And rebuilding this show was definitely a task, but I must say I loved every bit of it. I learned new things about being it like a part of something. I learned new things about sharing my tasks with others.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the great thing about rebuilding is the things that you learned from the previous adventure. You know what I'm saying?
You can take what you and be
Right.
smart about the next time around.
Right.
Yeah.
Cause I was gonna ask the question, but we pretty much answered that. Like when something when it's time to rebuild, can you use the tools or the material of what's been broken down or what's been bypassed? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we pretty much just answered our question. Yeah,
You really can.
right. That's actually the best thing to do because I mean you can't rebuild if you don't know anything about the foundation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what you went through and where you came from, you can rebuild, but it's quite difficult. It's quite difficult.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
It is.
Oh man, like I must say, spiritual rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. You know, we talk about your spirit, and see, I would love for my sister to call in tonight, but actually she had an emergency, so she's not gonna call in because that's she gonna bring you that to the church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm the type of person like when I was rebuilding myself spiritually, God showed me a different, like He showed me a path of a new generation. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And just like in the days of old, you know, you hear biblical stories and stories about people who follow God. You know what I'm saying? They rebuilt pretty much not just their spirit, but help raise and rebuild the spirit of others with the times as the times changed.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have to rebuild spiritual with the generation that's coming up after, because you have to have understanding and even for order to even be reaching.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
And I feel like sometimes people build and then they don't realize it's time to rebuild again. Because sometimes you can do good and you can have a nice house that'll sit for years,
Mhm.
but eventually it's going to have some kind of problem,
Right.
termites, mold, whatever. And eventually you're going to have to do some maintenance and you might have to rebuild some things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the spiritual world is good to evolve long as the message is the same. And the thing I realized, man, back in the day, a lot of those people had messed up lives, but because they took a chance and they believed in their spirit, you know, and they started renewing their spirit, which is rebuilding in their spirit, they were able to reach millions and actually save people and create a positive landscape, you know what I'm saying, but love and understanding what God's true light and true purpose for people really shines.
That's why I chose gospel music, because it's like that for me. Like you know, I was rapping the old way, and it's just, you know, it is what it is. You know, you could say a million raps about the same old thing, but it's like once I got into the word spiritually, it just took over, and I started living different. You know, like seemed like I was taking the place of my uncles and older cousins. You know what I'm saying? And that's like rebuilding myself up. You feel me? To go, like, okay, they got a younger generation behind us. You know.
True.
So we got to take the place of the people that was in front of us. If we don't do that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what's going to happen?
True.
So
True.
Rebuilding is a must. And it's steady got to keep going on.
And it's hard. And the good thing about rebuilding, man, if you have understanding, you can rebuild even better than before. Like, you know, we on back on the spiritual terms, like understand who God is and what really God represents in people's life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to argue, well, this is how it's supposed to be, and this is how it's supposed to be. Well, my book says this. My book says that. Forget the books. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with reading the books. I mean, hell, in order for to better your future, you must know your past.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So reading those books, the Bible, the Quran, all those things, read that. If you realize a lot of this stuff is more connected than what you think. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones where there are other entities that are not supposed to be a representation of God.
Right.
But if you really read deeper into it, they all have a person that's higher than the person who they go to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But people are too busy.
Chain of command.
Yeah, people are too busy, you know, arguing amongst each other that they don't even see this in order, and if they paid attention to this, it would have more. We could rebuild better as
Right,
human beings and
yeah.
as people. We could expand in communication. We could expand in understanding.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's gonna create peace on earth, but it will make it a whole lot better than where we at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why, like I say, it's to understand the world by understanding your world, understanding that you're a human being. No matter how saved and sanctified you are, no matter how much in the world you are loved by somebody, even if they don't even know who you are. Somebody has some kind of love, and they understand the love of the true creator, the true being of this world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
show you some love. And people need to know that. People need to know, hey, I have feelings and thoughts. These are my feelings and thoughts too. It's not so different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, y'all make sure y'all call in. This is getting good. I see y'all on YouTube Live, but call in. We won't hear y'all talk about, rebuilding. What is a point where you had to rebuild in your life? You know what I'm saying? The number is 504-865-3635. That's 504-865-3635. I'm going to hit it for my Barry White voice for y'all. 504-865-3635. That was for y'all. Anyway, so rebuilding, you know what I'm saying? We talking about spiritual rebuilding. Let's talk about physical rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? Like you slim. I don't know if you've been slim all your life.
Yeah,
I just
all
won't.
my life,
You,
man.
yeah, see, I'm trying to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let's say, okay, rebuilding your physical, like you have to take care of yourself in some way, shape, or form. So give me an example where you had to really bring yourself physically, put yourself back together.
When I hit 30. When I hit 30, man. I felt like I lost a lot of agility. Like once I hit 30, I was sick a lot and stuff. I was like, man, something going on. Like, just changing. I'm older. So I had to get in the gym here and there, run some laps around the track and at Joe Brown Park every now and then. Just make sure I try to do something physical other than just, go to work.
True.
You feel me? You go to work, you working the same muscles all the time.
Right.
So you gotta rebuild all the, you gotta hit the gym. You gotta
True.
hit the gym, do some type of physical workout, exercise or something. You know what I'm saying? You got eating right too.
Oh snap! We got our call in. What's up, y'all? Along with Chef and the fam. Let me cut it down. Whoa, now.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Who we talking to? Oh, Vic, you would call on Clyde time.
Oh, well, I'll come back.
All right, call back. Ladies and gentlemen, my boy Clyde Williams. Hello.
What up?
Oh, Lord, Vic and Alana hijack your time. I just got through talking about them.
Well, it's all good, as Hannah would say.
So look, we talking about rebuilding, man. So talk to me about rebuilding, bro. We talking about rebuilding physically right now. You know what I'm saying? I know you've been through some trials and tribulations, but you're rebuilding yourself physically. So man, just share some of that. Share some of your experiences with rebuilding physically.
Man, first of all, I gotta go to an old adage. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it is broke, I didn't do it. That's really as far as I can go with that. But like you said, man, I've been through some. Folks know I talked about it before. I broke my leg. On the same leg that I had cancer on. They replaced my. Basically, I had a leg replacement. Like they replaced my hip, they replaced the bone in they replaced my whole femur down to my knee, and I broke that. So I'm having to learn how to walk again. But that's cool, because that means I'm just rededicated to my pimp walk. That's really what that means for me. Like I'm gonna do it from now on. I'm just saying. But this is the thing about rebuild. You gotta be willing to do it. You just gotta be willing to do it. And you can't take rebuilding personal. Like if I know people used to step on ants a lot and kick the little ant hill. Man, if you kick an ant hill, the ant ain't gonna get mad at you. The ant just gonna build the thing back. It's gonna be there again the next day. If you kick it down every single day, it's gonna be there again. Because the ant knows, hey, it don't matter how I feel about this, I got to get it. That's
True.
what the ant knows. The ant knows that inherently. That's how I feel. And to ramble on some more, because that's what I do. If y'all listen to the show, y'all know I ramble. You know, I'm into a lot of, you know, Japanese culture, Eastern culture. I love that. I think that a lot. There's a practice in Eastern culture, rebuilding. It's called Kintsu Kuroi. I just say Kintsu Kuroi.
All right.
And basically what that is, it's an art that they practice where they take broken pots, all right? And, you know, like if you have a vase or pot of something, you glue it back together so that you fix it, you hope nobody knows it broke. What they do, instead of using glue, they'll use molten gold as the glue to put the pot back together. And so when they do that, you can see where the gold is. You know?
Right.
And what that does, it makes these very intricate designs within the pot. But so they call it kintsukuroi because it's an art that basically means that you understand that the piece is now more beautiful for having been broken and put back together. So when it comes to rebuilding, that's the time to really make something the way you want it. Like in the army, they break you down to build you back up. Rebuilding, that is what you use to get to where you want to go. That's my thought. I'm done.
Oh, that's it?
I mean, it's a lot more, man. She only got 2 hours.
You right. You right.
But she only got 2 hours.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, Clyde, man. Man, tell them how they can find you as always, brother.
Hey, man, y'all can find me in the house doing rehab. I'm saying, y'all can find me on Instagram, and I mean that's where y'all can find me. But if you willing to pay for a ride, y'all can find me where you at. I'm just saying. That's another place, y'all.
Appreciate you, Clyde.
Hey, man, anytime.
Oh, man, thank you, brother.
All right, Clyde.
Oh, man, my boy Clyde Williams. All right, now it's time for my lovely wife, Vic State winning, and Alana Renee. What's happening, y'all?
Hi, but let me just say one thing. You didn't tell me an exact time, so I didn't know, okay?
I know you didn't know, but it's all good. It's all good. We remedy that. What's up, sweetheart?
How y'all doing?
We doing good. We chilling. We talking about rebuilding. We talking about some physical rebuilding. But since you on the phone, let's talk about some emotional and relationship building.
Oh, Lord, like, that's really a rebuild. Like, that topic could go forever.
Right? But share some of your insight.
Huh?
Share some of your insight.
I feel like part of the rebuilding is, first of all, if you guys somehow mess up the trust, you know what I'm saying? That's one point where you have to rebuild. And when you have to rebuild trust, it's really, really sensitive, you know? And you really have to answer questions that sometimes you feel like they need to be answered, but you already messed up you kind of messed up the trust, so there you have to put in more effort, you know what I'm saying, to prove that, you know, that you're on the up and up, and it's only your fault, so you can't really be mad at the other person for asking more questions and stuff like that, you know?
Right.
When somebody has to rebuild trust, that's rebuilding the whole relationship.
Right. You right. And rebuilding the whole relationship is hard in itself.
Starting over.
Right.
Right. You start over when you got to rebuild trust. Like, you have to rebuild that spiritual connection. It's not just the trust, it's a spiritual thing as well.
True.
True. For real.
That's
what
true.
y'all was talking about?
Man, we was talking about physical, and we talked about a little bit about the spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Those levels of rebuilding. So we now, you know what I'm saying? We done heard about some of the relationship aspect. Alana Renee, talk about personal rebuilding, like rebuilding your life, moving and starting off fresh.
Well, my personal start off was me coming, you know, back to my roots to try to start over, like come back home to my stomping grounds and see where life takes me. And it's been taking me on a journey beyond my wildest expectations. You know, I got blessed in multiple ways, and I'm still getting blessed. Got a pay increase.
All right.
Job.
All right, let me borrow $5.
Okay, hold on. You already owe me 15. Stop that.
Down.
You're running out of funds. You're tapping low.
Well, you said you the one who got the raise. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just give to the collection plate.
And I'm trying to get, you know, to a whole nother level. I need another vehicle.
Right. Well, talk about. I mean, okay. Well, you got your new vehicle. Well, you got your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Amongst other things, and you're doing a lot of other stuff. So, you know, like, is it how How would you rate the difficulty of starting over? If somebody else was starting over around you, what would you tell them?
You go at first, like, you gotta pray. Because when you actually trying to do this on your own, you ain't gonna get nowhere. There's like you stuck. There's no moving forward without putting the master hands first. And a lot of people don't understand that. So I would tell them, get on your knees, be humble, and when God really bless you with these things, even if it's something small, be grateful because the big thing is right around the corner. He just want to see how you handling that small blessing. And not too many people appreciate the small blessings. They get mad and be like, oh, I thought it would have been this or that. Now, be grateful for what he's giving you because that's called being humble. You're being appreciative and he's going to give you something better. So, one thing I have to say is stay focused, stay motivated, and you need to talk to somebody. We're always here to hit us up online. You can actually call my phone. I don't got a problem with that. I'll give it to you in the inbox if everybody ain't trusted, But if you need somebody to talk to, I'm one of those people. I love to talk. I love giving advice. But just keep God first. Put God first, and everything else gonna follow.
All right. Tell them how they can find you.
You can find me on my Instagram at TeamOfMe91, or you can find me on Facebook as Tanisha Nisha, No Regret. And you can find me on Snapchat as Ivy the Bad. Also coming soon will be Ivy Bodywork. Look me up.
All right. Vic Stay Winning. You can find her.
Okay, so I got, hold on, I got something to say before I say where you can find me. I hope I ain't taking up somebody's time. Let me just say this. Okay, so one, I want to say, like, when you're rebuilding finances. So, rebuilding finances is really important. I don't know if y'all talked about that topic.
No.
But I was reading a book. I can't remember the name of the book. I just don't know the name of the book. But anyway, in the book, it's saying, how we ask certain things of God financially, but, why are we asking of these things? And most of the time when people are asking of these things, we're asking, of course, so we can, indulge a little bit, but we're also asking to help our family, help our friends, help our fellow mates. But when we get these things, we have to remember that we are only stewards. We do not own anything. So he is just giving us these things to enjoy because that's what it was designed for. But we must not forget that we are serving him and we are only stewards and we do not own. But anyway, you guys can catch me at Big Stay Winning on Instagram and YouTube because I always got some stuff to say. I know I'm running out of time, but you guys can hit me up, YouTube, Instagram, Big Stay Winning all the time.
All right. Love y'all.
Love you. Have a good night.
Well, I will. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It is, 10:26 now. It is time for our musical break. Y'all already know what this is. This portion of the show. Play a little music, get y'all something to think about. Let y'all know what they got coming up. You know what I'm saying? Who hot out here? So y'all already know what it is. Let's get into it. It is the musical break. Soon as my little intro starts, it's the musical break. Musical break, folks. Oh, Lord.
Hey, it's your girl, Ambi Pretty, and you're listening to Kitchen Talk Radio Show.
We do our little musical break. I have like music playing, give them a chance to hear some music. And it's kind of like a philosophy class. This whole thing is pretty much a logic class, just recorded. But like one thing I remember, like one of the teachers I had was a philosopher. And I remember how he ran his class, and what I loved about it, he'd talk about broad topics, but give people ask more questions and break it down and get them to talk about it on different levels. But he had like after each portion, he'll have like a mental break. Like he'll talk about something else. Like he'll play a song or he'll play something and be like a video and be like, man, what you think about this? You know what I'm saying? And so like I do that to give people not just you just hearing talking, you hearing music, you hearing comedy come up. I'm gonna play a snippet of a guy who coming on the show soon. You know what I'm saying? And then come back and you get some more of the topic. And towards the end of the show, we kind of like break away. We take little breaks in between it, so you won't just be hearing this the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Those of y'all that are watching, call in 504-865-3635. I got my boy Jason Pierre up in here. I'm in here. King Leo and Chocolate China are on their way. You know what I'm saying? Lisa the boss lady about to call shortly. And the topic is rebuilding. We won't hear how y'all rebuilding in y'all life, whatever it may be. If y'all rebuilding a house, if y'all rebuilding a lemonade stand, if you rebuilding your heart, you're rebuilding your mind, you're rebuilding your spirit, your soul, your finances, your call, I don't care. Share it with us. We talking about rebuilding all over. Y'all already know what it is. Live.
Holy Ghost killed the flu. I hear sneeze and I tell them, God bless you. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit. God, trust Jesus, my Lord. Yes, He's living. The Ghost of Christ to us and us. Yes, He's living. So thank you, Lord. You saved me for all the sinning. To see God in that image. Your victory is given. That feeling, you know God is dealing with your life as He fight the demons, He ended. The Lord blesses and showers. Activate love Jesus Christ and Savior in our soul.
Our guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen, my boy Jason Pierre. Y'all hear it. Y'all feel knowing the King mixtape, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see the info. Y'all find my boy. And of course, you on the New Orleans original with my boy Yako. Yeah.
Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, Holy Ghost. My Holy Ghost, stay cool. Yeah.
Yo, it's Show 24/7, and make sure y'all tune in Thursday nights at 10 to 12 for the hottest interactive radio show you've ever seen on the net. It's the Kitchen Talk Radio Show on CrescentCityRadio.com and YouTube Live. Come see me, Chef 24/7, and my lovely cast, my girl, Chocolate China, my boy King Leo, my lovely niece, Alana Renee, my sis Shay 46, Let's Talk, man, Lisa the boss lady, D-Mitch the great comedian Clyde Williams, and my lovely wife, Big Stay Winning. Make sure y'all tune in. Come understand the world by understanding your world at the grown folks table. Y'all already know what it is. It's the Kitchen Talk Radio Show. Tune in to us every Thursday on Crescent City Radio and YouTube Live. You heard?
That you heard part always have me weak. I be feeling like Chris Rocco head of state. I'm running for U.S. president. You heard? Oh man, we back, man. That was our musical break. Y'all heard my boy Jason Pierre, man. He doing his thing, man. It was called Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Now we gonna take a little break from the topic and we gonna let him talk a little bit about his projects, what he got going on. You know, his passion, music, everything. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to turn the floor over to him, man. Mr. Jason, bro, how did you start out, brother?
It was a long road, man. I started out in a marching band, not knowing what I'm gonna do after that. You know, like, you know, they have college and stuff after that, but as far as like recording and just rapping, singing, I didn't know how I was gonna start none of this. It just started happening for me. My partner, Lance, who do my videos, he introduced me to FL Studio a couple of years ago, Then I became a producer. You know what I'm saying? And then after the producing thing, I couldn't find nobody to get on my beats, so I started writing, singing. Then I experienced heartbreak and did my first actual recorded album called JP and the Ktrs. That's on it's on iTunes and any streaming service. And after that, some kind of way I went to rapping. It's like my little brother, his friend named Gunner at the time was the artist. We just was chilling one day and we brought a beat up. I started writing. He started writing. We had a song. Then we had another song. Then we had another song. Then we became a group. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, I just went. We both kind of went on a little separate paths or whatever. He stays in Atlanta now, and I'm still in New Orleans. I got married at the time. I was rapping. I did like my solo album of hip hop for the first time. Hip hop is calling me, which I never released it, but it's finished. It's like in my special vault of music.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And while I was with, my wife at the time, I went to Upper Room Bible Church and met the pastor, Dr. Herb Room. He was like, man, why don't you try rapping, but switch up the words a little bit? And I like a challenge, so I got into the challenge and I actually wrote Jump for God. That's my first hip hop gospel song ever. It's on Anointed King.
All right.
Yeah, and that's just like the journey of me just jumping into where I'm at right now with everything. And like far as what I'm working on now, I have another project that I'm about to drop pretty soon called Jason Pierre Jesus Drum Major.
We're gonna get back to that in a little bit. This my girl, Lisa, the boss lady. What's up, boss lady?
What's good tonight, y'all?
Oh man, we chilling, man. It's me and my homeboy Jason Pierre from our sibling show, New Orleans Original, featuring Yako. You know what I'm saying? So what's happening, Miss Boss Lady?
Man, it is hot out there, y'all.
Who you telling? It's so hot that my clothes had to take off its clothes. I'm telling you. It was so hot. It was so hot today. I promise you. If I could have found a pool filled with ice, I would have fought anybody just to jump up in it.
I usually don't go outside. The boss lady had a business meeting, and so I had to leave and go to my business meeting, and it was 102 degrees, and I was like,
in Houston? In Houston?
In Dallas.
Oh yeah. Oh well. Look, let me tell you something. For those of y'all who listening, now she said 102, like that's really hot. But let me explain the difference between Louisiana and DF Dub. I stayed in both. DF Dub I could deal with because you know why? If you find a shade, it ain't 102. It's like 64 under that shade. It's cool. That's one thing about Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth. You find a shade, you cool. Long as you find a shade, the problem is it's not too many shades. And at nighttime, it cools off. So it's not like Louisiana, it's hot all day.
That's true. But last week when I was, my children went to Colorado last week, and I was at the bus stop with them when they were getting ready to get on the bus, and they left at 9:30 at night, and it was still 100 degrees at 9:30 at night.
Ooh.
And the difference, I guess, between this and Houston is that it's so dry. So I feel like I'm in an oven. It's horrible to me. So I never leave my house. But in Houston, it's that humid, that sticky heat.
Yep.
But I still don't leave my house.
Once you take 45 going south, once you at the halfway mark between from Houston and Dallas, like that 2-hour mark, that's when the temperature change. You can literally see like the atmosphere change.
Yes, it's true. I left Houston one weekend in February, and when I left Houston, it was 55 degrees. And when I got to Ennis, 45 minutes outside of where I live at in Mesquite, it started snowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
I miss it.
had to pull over because I'm not acclimated to that.
Dude.
So I was like really taken by surprise, and just the 2 hours in, And there's a huge climate change, but there's also a mindset change. So, boss lady got to pack it up and go back home.
Well, speaking of home, let's talk about business. You know what I'm saying? I know that's kind of like not a good segue at all. I tried. We talk about rebuilding, right? And of course, you the business guru, you the boss lady. So what's it like to rebuild in a business? How, talk about the formation of who became the boss lady.
Well, the boss lady is someone who kind of grew out of someone who was bullied, someone who was always a doormat, always the nice person, always taken advantage of. People always took my kindness for weakness. And even though I ended up being hurt literally by my kindness, I took all of that as a learning experience. And instead of, allowing myself to be beat down by the bricks that people threw at me, I picked them up and built with them. And that's just something that you have to do. And it's like, no matter what you're faced with, I always say, well, one of my mentors, she always say, if you fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
I like that.
And I go by that, and I believe that that's true. Rebuilding a business is extremely hard, but you have to take the pros and make them run. You have to take the pros and make them everything. Like when I relocated to Dallas from Houston, literally on the drop of a dime at 5 o'clock in the morning, trying to run from Hurricane Harvey, I took that as a challenge to open up Dallas to my business. Now with the mindset here, it is extremely difficult because it's not as diverse as Houston is. So I had to adjust. I had to try different things, and I did open up a little bit. I have built a small team here. And then I'm going to have to relocate back to Houston and rebuild there. Rebuilding in Houston will be a little bit easier because it's where I'm from, and I already have things built there. But at the same time, you're going to have people that are going to be like, well, why did you come back here? Why didn't it work there? What are you doing wrong? So you have to take every single thing, every aspect, whether it's a pro or a con, and make it work in your favor.
I love that. That's the ideal of really rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about the hurricane. Nah, that's a good rebuild statement. Like, how do you rebuild after a natural disaster? You know what I'm saying? I remember Harvey. I remember I was working in Houston. You know what I'm saying? I had my little 2 gigs going. I'm like, my lease was coming up. So I was like, man, I'm about to get another little spot. I figure I'm going to stay in Houston because I'm trying to get some land out there. You know what I'm saying? A house and stuff. Man, Thursday I found out about the hurricane. Friday, that morning it started raining, and my mother-in-law called. And my mother-in-law normally, you know what I'm saying, she like, a man got to work kind of woman. Mm-hmm. So she called, she said, I don't care what you're doing, quit your job, pack up y'all stuff, come out here. Because my job was still working. Oh, we still working. Right. Oh, you still cooking. I don't care if the storm coming, you going to be cooking today. Yeah. But, and I remember how altering that was, like, because I was in Katrina too. But, of course, we all was in Katrina. We was out here. Yeah. But the funny thing is, it played out to me the same way. It was like, I didn't know it was coming. Mm-hmm. I was focused on work. And when I found out, I had to, get what I had to do and move immediately and think about what stuff was the most important both times. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So once I make it back home to Louisiana, it's starting over. Then it's back home and you pretty much packed up and left home. So you got to start back over. You know what I'm saying? We just so happened to be blessed and FEMA put us at a hotel till we found the place. Right. You know what I'm saying? But coming back home, you got to readjust. You got to readjust to the lifestyle, the temperature, the people, you know what I'm saying? Because especially when you go somewhere else and you relocate, you know what I'm saying? You got to rebuild then, but then when you go back, you're not the person you was when you left in most cases, right, because you've adapted and you learned so much in your journey. Mm-hmm. But coming back, now you have to pretty much merge both of those lifestyles and create a whole new life again. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now I work like a person from Houston. You know what I'm saying? I'm grinding. I'm everywhere. Like my partner say, think about Houston. They look like they move real slow, but they move real fast because they on the hustle. You know what I'm saying? But I just adapted that into my Louisiana life. You know what I'm saying? And like she say, sometimes you got to take them old bricks and rebuild you a new place.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I feel that, Lisa. You was on point today, girl.
For real.
I try to boss up here and there. You
So
know, today has been a very good day for me. So I have a lot of energy tonight.
well, I got you for about 3 more minutes. Right quick, I want you to tell them about this cruise. Let them know about this cruise. I know we be talking about it. We been sharing about it, man. Look, y'all got till July the 15th to get with my girl Lisa, the boss lady. She gonna send y'all a form. You don't have to use your debit card. You can get your prepaid one and load your $50 up on that per couple. That was couple $50 a couple.
Right. Yes. It's
Yeah.
$25 per person.
Yeah, and
And it's September the 21st, and we're leaving on the Carnival Dream out of Galveston.
yeah.
It's a 5-day cruise going to Cozumel and Progreso, and it is going to be epic. It is going to be amazing. Boss Lady is going to act a whole fool.
Okay, just to let y'all know, it's September the 21st, 2019. So you
Right.
have, and it's actually inexpensive. The most expensive room is $1,200. You know what I'm saying? The cheapest room you can find you a cheap room, and mind you, is $700, not a person, but per the couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes, it is. And you have a year to pay it off, literally. You have a whole year to pay it off.
Yeah.
So, there's no excuse. Just go on and pay your $25 per person, grab you a roommate, and let's go out here and have a great networking event. We're going to get these moments with the boss lady in person. We're going to get this comedy in person. We're going to get Chef 24/7. We're going to act a whole fool.
And I'm telling y'all now, we're working on it, and I know my girl Lisa is working on the communication aspect of it. But we're trying to get actually a time slot book in one of the bars, and we're gonna have a pajama open mic.
Word.
Yes, an open mic comedy, a talent, poet, free speech, whatever. We gonna do this in some pajamas. So I'm gonna have a chef coat on and some Scooby Doo pajamas if I can fit them at that time. For real. So, you know what I'm saying? And we inviting everybody because it's networking, but of course we're gonna go on a vacation. We're all been working hard and putting in towards this show, so we're gonna treat ourselves to a vacation. And we want the people who's been supporting this show, guests and all of that, man. We want y'all to be a part. You know what I'm saying? So make sure, man, y'all chime in. Find my girl Lisa, the boss lady. You know what I'm saying? Find Lisa Middleton on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Get the information. She gonna send you the form. She gonna explain everything. If she can't explain it to where you understand, y'all can always hit up Chef. Y'all, my email 724chef@gmail. You know what I'm saying? So my girl, Miss Boss Lady, as always, tell them how they can find you. Boss Lady.
I am Lisa Middleton on Facebook, LYSA Middleton. I am Lisa the Boss Lady at gmail.com. I'm Lisa the Boss Lady on Instagram, and you can reach me at 281-840-7629.
All right. I appreciate you, Boss Lady. Cool off. Drink plenty of water. Cut on the air conditioning at the lowest it could get, and put on the ceiling fan and no blankets. You should be fine. We gonna get through this together.
Y'all take care. What I'm gonna do is just enjoy these popsicles I got. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh man, I appreciate you, Boss Lady.
All right, good night, y'all. Be careful.
All right. We're going to come back and we're going to have a little bit more of this interview with my boy. But we're going to take our second portion of this here musical break. Our second song of the night. So y'all already know what it is. This is another musical break. So you enjoying yourself so far?
chilling. I always, every time I come up here, I be straight.
But that's how this pretty much how our show go. I have like you see my cast members. I have them set calling at a certain time, so that way they still get their points across. They still have a presence. I just try to get them to more interact on our social media, so that way, you know what I'm saying. They don't just see my face or two other people's face. They see everybody, you know, because we're a team. Right.
Every time I come up here, chilling.
Mm. I felt that.
Kitchen Talk Radio Show.
And we are back, man. My boy Jason Pierre in the building. Chef 24/7 in the building. My boy King Leo supposed to be on his way. Oh man, we talking about rebuilding, but we taking a moment from rebuilding, man. We gonna get back to this lovely interview, man. I got with my guest Jason Pierre, man. You know, from the New Orleans original, which is airing on Wednesday and Friday. The newest cast member. This man is a producer. He's an artist. You know what I'm saying? He's a singer. He's a rapper, man. He got everything going. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we talked a little bit about your beginnings, man. But like, what's it like for you now?
Right now, I'm kind of in my rebuilding stage right now. Like, actually, right now, I'm in the whole rebuilding. I'm living the rebuild right now. Like,
All right.
Like, cause I stopped. I actually took a break for a while. You know, when I got married, I had to learn how to pay bills and stuff like that. I couldn't really just, do my artist type work. You got to spend money on that type of stuff because it costs to be an artist for anybody who's trying to get into music.
Amen to that.
It costs. But,
Yes.
now that I'm divorced, I had rebuilding and just every day is a new blessing and it's through God, you know, God really holds you down through everything. And it's just, that's why I'm so happy I do gospel, man. It's just, you know, every moment is like, it's always into God, you know?
Mm.
And the rebuild is real.
Yes, it is.
And now it's for me, it's like, every time I turn around, it's like another door opening, you know, as far as music. Like now I'm co-hosting the radio show, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing more shows, I'm performing more, I'm doing videos and stuff like that. You know, I wasn't doing that a couple of years ago. I stopped, kind of gave up on my dream, you know. But through God, it was meant to happen, you know.
Right.
And when you're doing something for Him, He gonna make it happen for real.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that, man. You mentioned divorce just a second ago. Now, I myself have been divorced as well. You know what I'm saying? So I know the struggle is real, real.
Yeah.
You know, but kind of covering that, that's a good topic. That's also to talk about rebuilding. If
Yeah.
y'all ever been in a divorce or y'all ever been, you know, y'all done been in a committed relationship and the time come to call it quits, you know, and you got to shake back. And that's difficult, especially how long were you married for, if you don't mind me asking?
4 years.
Oh damn! So we definitely on the same. And that's the bad thing. Like they tell you the statistic that some marriages don't last past 5, and that's true. Cause by the 5th year, you gonna pretty much know if this gonna work or this not gonna work.
I wasn't supposed to make it to 3.
Oh.
So I mean, I hung in there though. I'm proud to say I made it to 4.
And how did you pick yourself back up from that? Because I know that's kind of life altering. The person you spent the last several years of your life with, and now you have to start back from the basics.
To be honest, once I signed the papers and I knew that it was about to happen, that's when you pick yourself back up from it. Because you know, that's when your mind starts to rebuild and a lot of pressure come off you from what you was dealing with, what you was stuck into, you know.
True.
And a lot of stress come with that, being stuck into something that's not right for you.
Right. And it becomes more and more toxic the more you stay into it, because you could get caught up in some stuff
Easy.
and your mental frame of mind be messed up, which that's a whole nother form of rebuilding, because you gotta, in order for to rebuild from divorce and stuff like that, you gotta have some kind of mental rebuild.
For real.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
It's tough.
man, like what was one of those things that you did to motivate you through that?
Stay in church every Sunday. I ain't miss a Sunday, man. I just had to hear the word, and you really gotta surrender your mind to the word too. You know, you just can't just open up the book and just read word for word. Oh, you gotta understand what's going on. The messages gotta soak in for your mind to react a certain way, you know.
True.
Because you really gotta chill and let God do His thing.
You do, bro.
You know,
Like,
sit there and be patient. Like, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that you're looking forward to it'll happen. But if you switch, say like a light switch, you clicked out one moment, I'm going to do this, instead of letting God handle something for you that He was supposed to handle, it could wind up really bad. Like,
true. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, man, like I try, like, okay, after it was over with, right?
Mhm.
Like she had left after my mom passed, so you know we separated. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm pretty much done, because I had already made up my mind. We had been separated prior. Like, once it's over with, I'm done. So I try to start dating. You know, I immediately jumped to dating. Like, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go check it out. That wasn't good rebuilding. That wasn't good rebuilding. I ain't give myself a chance to get myself together.
Yeah.
But it's funny how God worked, because I ended up at a point where I was isolated. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just lost my mom. I had lost my dad when I was 5. So, you know, so like my 2 pillars were gone, and then my older brother passed 11 months prior. So like that and the relationship gone. Just my sister kind of isolated herself to deal. You know, everybody kind of just went in their own little world. So it was really just me, because eventually the dating shit gonna stop.
Yeah.
It's gonna have this desert moment where you ain't getting no kind of growth or play.
Right.
So now it's just me. And I ain't gonna lie, like you said, you ain't the church, but I just started praying to God to like deal with me because I realized I was at an edge in my life, and I could either I gotta jump off at this point because I'm about to reach a level where I'm about to crack up and I'm gonna lose my whole mental stability.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go crazy because I'm so hurt. There's so much hurt in my heart. How can I let it go? And like you say, you went to church. I really just prayed and gave it to God. I say, God, I gotta let this go. And I gotta either I'm like I said, I use the term jumping off a cliff,
Right.
but just with trust. You know what I'm saying? Because I know God gonna catch me. I'm like, Lord, either I'm gonna fall flat on my face,
Yeah.
or you gonna help me through this, and I'm gonna land on my feet. And that's so I gave it to him. And then that following year, like my life changed.
Yeah.
Like I stopped worried about dating. I was like this. I had to go. I was gonna be like Bruce Wayne. You realize Bruce Wayne, Batman, you know, he always had a girl or something, but he
Yeah.
never really slept with them.
Right,
Like
right.
he'd take them out there at the basketball game, the Gotham Gala or something, and then they go back to the house and they're like, well, let's go to the bed, Bruce. Oh no, Alfred, bring her home. I'm about to go, I'm about to go to work. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna live like that. I said I'm gonna have friends, but I'm not about to make nothing out of a relationship. I'm not looking for things that go with a relationship. I'm just gonna rebuild with just communication and friendship. And God just so happened to put somebody in my place that became my wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He
but
said
I had to give it to
real.
God.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But also it comes with the rebuilding stage because it's stages. You can't just date and be like, or even communicate. Like you gotta really deal with yourself.
Yeah.
It took me 6 months of being by myself with no communication from nobody outside the people who I work with. You know what I'm saying? And to really get myself, to get my head together, because I'm like, man, I gotta deal with this.
Right.
Now I'm in this situation, and it's not about to change unless if I change it.
Right.
And you can, you want to rebuild, you want to go stronger, but you gotta be willing to accept the changes that come. Some changes may be good, and then some changes may be too sudden that it shock you, and you think it's something to be scared of, when it's really a blessing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that one.
Yes, yes, for real, for
I
real.
use a lot of like recording, that writing to get away from a lot of things too. So I had that for my therapy to help me, in between. And when I make a song, it's nice. I forget about what's going on. So I had a nice couple of outlets I can look at and just roll with it. It's a tough thing. It's tough, and you really have to rebuild your mental mind, basically, just to even see yourself through it,
Right. I feel where you coming from. You coming from an area where I understand. It's rough. It's rough. And I ain't gonna lie, we talked about kids, so we talked about side chicks last week, right? I'm gonna see if I can pull up a clip. When they was talking about who takes it harder, right? A man who's heartbroken or a woman. And everybody, all the guys that was here immediately said men, right?
Yeah.
But we do take it hard. I don't know if we take it worse than the other people. I ain't about to do all that. That's too much. That's too much. I don't know, I don't know about other people, but I know that, like, it is a heavy burden to have your heart broken when you're a guy, because you're supposed to be so tough and your whole exterior is broken. Now, I can't just say that it's not hard for a woman, because I feel the same way when it comes to women. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's difficult for them just as much. You know what I'm saying? And you got to come to find a point where they got to shake back, just like a man got to shake back.
Right.
So, like, people go to prayer, they see God, and that's good things, because people need stuff to focus on, because if you're not focused on a positive outlook or a positive end game, you gonna drive yourself literally crazy.
Right.
You gonna literally drive yourself crazy. And that's the thing that you can't do. Well, you can do it. I don't suggest you do it.
Can't mix a positive with a negative.
No, you cannot. And I must say that when you cracked up, you gonna realize that they got some crazy people in the world that got some real problems. And that's another thing. When you're rebuilding, you're gonna realize your problems is not that bad.
Right.
Your problems are not that serious. I don't care if you lost somebody. I don't care if something happened that's just remotely damaging to your life. Now, don't get me wrong. If something like that happened, and my heart is with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that like when you look at those problems after you overcome them problems, you gonna be like, damn, that wasn't nothing. No, you hear somebody else talk about day problems, you're like, man, I had a bad day. No, I had a worse day. I got pulled over by the cops and all four of my tires flat. And the only thing you needed all in your car, your day come a whole lot brighter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a horrible example, but I'm just saying life is like that.
Sometimes you gotta take that example and
Right.
go with it. Like, you know
I
what? It's not that bad for me.
Man, I tell Vic all the time, it could always be worse. And the thing that's so funny, I say it so much that I've stopped saying it, but when I get into a situation where I'm stressed out or I'm upset, it's reminded to me.
Yeah.
So that's another thing while rebuilding, man. Make sure you shoot out positivity, because if you come into an area where you weak, positivity gonna come back to you, because you've been giving off so much positivity that somebody's gonna be positive back at you, especially when your vibe is off. You know what I'm saying? For real.
I feel you.
Yeah, you liking this so far, bro? You liking how we going? Oh man, a little sneak peek, man. We got some great stuff coming up next month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give y'all a little teaser of what's coming for y'all, cause we gonna have a legend in the house coming. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him, but if y'all did, y'all gonna get ready, cause I'm telling you, the man is a G. He an old school G. He old school to the point, and he Cajun to his soul. So I'm gonna give y'all a little teaser of what's coming on July the 13th, the Kitchen Talk Radio Show. Oh Lord, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, coming to Kitchen Talk on July the 12th. The legendary, foul mouth, dirtiest Cajun I know, Mr. Pete Madre. Man, y'all gonna be in for a treat. But I'm telling you, this man is dirty, bro. I'm talking about Cajun dirty. I'm talking about telling dirty jokes while eating crawfish and sipping on the old dudes like he said no beer. Oh man. Oh man, I got some more goodies coming for y'all later. I got a video coming up later on too for my boy Sorrell too. So man, just giving y'all some insight of what's coming out. Normally this would be the portion of the show my sister hijacks, but she, like I said earlier, she couldn't make it tonight. She got a family emergency, so I understand that, and praying for my family as always.
Right.
So we gonna play a little short game. You know what I'm saying? I try to do a little something off the wall that's related to the topic every now and then. So okay, we gonna talk about rebuild. All right. So I'm gonna give you two things. You're gonna tell me rebuild or not to rebuild. All right. Like pretty much like, would you rather help rebuild this person or this thing or this situation, or would you rather, right? Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? All right, here we go. Let's start off with something simple. Schoolyard or projects? Which one would you rebuild?
Schoolyard.
Okay. All right. See, got it going so far. The governor of Louisiana or the president of the United States?
President.
Okay. All right. You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any kids?
Nah.
Okay, cool. Let's say you had kids. Working things out with your baby mama. Or rolling it solo and just paying the child support.
I'm gonna say child support. Okay?
All right. One more.
18 years.
All right, one more. All right. Oh Lord, help me. Who would you rather help? Would you rather help a old staple in a community business, or would you rather help a new small business grow?
Kind of both.
All right, I gotta accept that one, okay? Because we don't have no such thing as a wrong answer here. All right,
Cool. I'll take both.
yeah. All right. So okay, in all fairness, I'm giving you an option. If you want to ask me these same questions, I go through the same gauntlet. So I give everybody that option.
All right. What was the first one? Do I make them up or do the same?
Yeah, you can make up. Yeah, you can make up whatever you want.
Oh man, this is new.
Yeah, like you could say shoes. Would you work on your shoes game or would you work on your shirt game? Which in our case, I probably work on my shirt game because I don't care that much about shoes.
All right, hold up. Give me a second. Man. I gotta think of something. Would you rebuild rap or R&B?
Whew. I will have, as much as I want to say rap, I have to rebuild R&B. I actually did a set about that yesterday. I need some R&B singers that be crying for their loves. I need that in my life. They be getting to that point, like, that breakdown girl. I just won't let you know. All right.
All right. The Cavaliers, would you rebuild? Or the Pelicans?
Okay, first of all, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and as far as basketball, I pretty much roll with my wife on that one. But if I had to choose, I'm gonna go with the home team. I'll help rebuild the Pelicans for Benson's sake. For Benson's sake.
Cool. All right, you say you like the Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
Would you rebuild the NFL or
Or the Cowboys? Oh, I'll rebuild the Cowboys without a shadow of a doubt. The NFL will be all right. They'll make it through. But my team needs some help. I need to go talk to Jerry personally. Jerry just needs to let me be their motivational speaker. I don't want to be the coach, but before every game, just let me come in there and talk to them for give me 1 minute.
Right,
and I'll be like, come on, y'all. We the Dallas Cowboys. We got rings behind this. Now I need y'all to go out there, not care what the world say, and play a good game. I need a Super Bowl, damn it.
right?
Because I'm tired of hearing, man, y'all ain't won one since like 94, 95, 93. When that was. You know what I'm saying? The Saints won one Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
But everybody that's a diehard Saints fan, now don't get me wrong, I like the Saints too. But they like my number 2. But everybody that's a diehard Saints fan, man, you would swear they done won about 12 Super Bowl rings.
That one was
For real.
one.
Man, you seen that, man? We did good. And you know we used to do good like this back in the 90s, but y'all was sleeping on us. See, they just gave us a chance because you know it was a curse. You know. Oh, man.
Saints got one. They good with that.
All right.
I got the last one. Let me see. Would you? This is an old New Orleans question.
All right.
I said before the storm. Would you rebuild the Plaza or Six Flags? The Plaza was the mall in the east, and Six Flags was the theme park.
I would want to say Six Flags, but I never actually been there, and I would have liked that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to go with the Plaza Mall because I felt like Louisiana, first of all the good malls are starting to die down.
Yeah.
You know, the Cortana Mall closing down in Baton Rouge. You know, the Plaza. I'm surprised Oakwood's still open.
Oh, yeah.
Espanade still open.
Esplanade, definitely.
Remember Lakeside Mall used to be dead, but now it's popping?
Yeah, and nothing's still in it for like, at least for me, I don't think nothing in it. Like, I can't.
And the thing is, I don't go to the mall to shop. I just like going to the mall because there's a lot of different stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go to the mall, the nature watch, when I was a teenager, as I call it. You know what I'm saying? Just watch people in their natural habitat.
Right,
just like
right.
watch girls spend money that I'm not going to spend on them. All of that. Oh, man, I appreciate it, bro. That was good, man. I like that. My boy say, would you rebuild the NFL or the Dallas Cowboys? Dallas, without a shadow of a doubt. Yes. Oh, man. Sorry. Okay. Oh, Lord, we got D. Mitch calling you. I love it when they have a structured time. Everybody always call opposite of their time. But I love it. I love my cast. So we about to have D. Mitch call in early, which he should be calling in shortly because he just called me during this live feed. But while we waiting on D. Mitch, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and play y'all a little commercial, a little music, or give y'all something. Oh, as a matter of fact, I got my treat for you. Oh, never mind. Here you go. I was just about to say, I'm about to go on here with the treat. All right, what's up, D. Mitch?
I'm on live?
Yes, you are, sir.
I'm live. Okay, how y'all doing tonight, man?
We chilling. What's happening?
You know what I'm saying? I just came with food. I'm a little hungry.
Man, you missed the cake last week. You missed the cake last week.
Cake, don't discuss that.
Yeah,
Don't
the
discuss
cake,
that.
the
You know,
cake.
fat kid. Okay.
The cake was wonderful,
Fat
too.
kid. A little cake. I said nothing make me happier out today, but cake.
Look, I had to cut a section off of it and put it in the freezer like it was a wedding cake.
Man, I hope you didn't the freezer waiting on me.
Actually, I'm down to the last slice, and I already told Plates by the Plug I was gonna give it to him. Shout out to Plates by the Plug out there in Baton Rouge.
See, you know what?
He put his bid
You
in.
mad at it.
He put his bid
You mad
in.
at it.
Cause that's the first thing he say, Chef, give me.
I'll be okay.
He say, Chef, I know I ain't gonna make it this week, but make sure you give me a piece of cake. I don't care if you put it in the freezer. I'm gonna have it with my coffee when you give it to me. I said, all right, bro, you put it in.
What happened to my boudin balls though? What was my boudin balls?
Oh, they got slaughtered. I done made boudin balls about 3 times.
Yeah, you ain't think about me.
You need to rebuild, man. You need to rebuild here. I don't care if you rebuild the teleporter and teleport here so you can enjoy some.
I'll be here here shortly. I'll be there shortly.
All right, so
Doing
we
all kind of comedy stuff. I
so
got some food. Yeah, hey, look, here, we should do something live. I like the whole idea, everything we've been meeting about, discussing, man. I like everything we got going on right now. I just want to put that out there. For all the listeners, if y'all don't know, if y'all ain't been paying attention to the social media, from the YouTube to the actual Facebook page to the Instagram page, if you haven't been paying attention, y'all been missing out on a lot of good stuff. The Kitchen Talk family is active, man. Like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna stop. Y'all just gotta pay attention.
yeah, they just gotta follow us on YouTube and on Instagram and Facebook to see all what we got, so they could get in on this cruise. Oh yes.
Oh, yeah, and yeah, I love that.
July the 15th, yo. Man, we talking about rebuilding. We talking about rebuilding. My boy King Leo and Chocolate China supposedly on their way. I know they said they were running late. I know the time is getting winding down. We had Vic Stay winning a course called Her and Alana. They running errands this week. Well, you know, Vic kind of stepped back, so she gonna be on from time to time. You know, everybody been talking about rebuilding. We had Lisa talking about rebuilding. We talked about, you know what I'm saying, rebuilding with job, rebuilding personally, relationships, spiritual. We've been going down the gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay,
all right, let's talk.
I'm so. Okay, we can go there. Go.
I was about to say, shoot, I was gonna get you to talk about rebuilding from an entertainment standpoint.
Oh, rebuilding from an entertainment standpoint. First off, I'm glad you went there. I'm so glad you went there, because I was going to talk about entertainment anyway. Because a lot of times in the entertainment industry, we overlook things because people do different jobs in entertainment.
Right.
Okay? So when we rebuild it, we got to stop leaving out the little man.
Mm-hmm.
We got to stop shitting on the little man. Rebuild it. Because that person who does you think you do the very least might be the person that be your biggest asset to your team. And you never pay attention to.
True.
Until they're young. And so you'll tear your thing down because you thinking you don't need nobody. And your little man that takes everything from you, you know, the person you cuss out, the person you talk crazy to, the person that got your back to the team from everything. You let that person go. And it'll destroy everything that you got. So then you have to rebuild. Let's get back to rebuilding. Now, how you rebuild this thing? You rebuild with relationships. You got to, hey, okay, look, we had a bad rapport on the last little run, Shindig, but I need you. You my people. I love you. I need you here. So you have to rebuild that relationship, rebuild that trust, and get that bond going so your entertainment stuff, it can go further. Because, let's see, like Drake dropping his new album. Congratulations, Drake. You know, I'm not a Drake fan, but everybody that loves Drake, you know, congratulations, your favorite artist have dropped another album, okay? A double album at that. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, he really rebuilt his career because that Pusha T little incident. That Pusha T. Pusha T pushed Drake kind of a little hard. You know what I'm saying? Jay Prince have to answer for this nigga. Like, you ain't hear that? Like, Jay Prince have to say something for this nigga. Like, it didn't have no response, no remorse, no nothing. So now he rebuilding his career. You can't say that with the Drake and Meek Mill's battle. Now, you can't say that. Because Meek dropped the album right after that. One platinum.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What is Drake album going to do? I really want to know if Drake fans loyal like they're supposed to be, or do they just follow trends? I just really want to know. Are they loyal?
Yeah, we shall find out. We gonna find out. Cause I just wanna know if you gonna buy my CD. I was trying to go platinum double times, but you started tripping. I made a song, but I'm constantly keep pimping. I told Birdman and Wayne I got him this season. Nicki Minaj called me and told me she was still fiending.
I mean, go.
Yeah, that was a good Drake impersonation. I tried. I don't do Drake that well. I know I don't do Drake that well. You know. Yeah. You know. But
How
man,
can you say you really love when our love is loud?
see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
saying?
I got a question. Let's talk about something real quick. Something in the news, bro. And I've been following this story. Like I like to follow some stories. I've really been trying to get back into connecting with the news of the world and see what's going on. And there's a couple of things, but one thing I'm gonna discuss real quick because I've been discussing it recently. I mentioned it last week about XX Tentacion. You know what I'm saying? The brother had passed recently. Musical artist from Florida.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah. But and I've been watching, like, okay, he of course was murdered. His life was taken from him, but he made a video prior before he passed, like a couple hours before he passed, and he was like about if something ever happened to him, how he hope his life changes at least 5 million people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I listened to his statement, and then they had I watched a clip of the video that came out, after his passing, but it was a video he already recorded and made.
Mm-hmm.
And on the video, not to try to spoil too much, there's actually a scene that's kind of symbolic. It's called Sad. It's symbolic to pretty much his afterlife, almost like he had his spiritual affairs in order. But I realized, like, I'm listening to other rappers and other people talk about how positive the brother was. Now, I've heard some of his songs, like, I was like, it's crunk stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm like, he positive. I'm like, man, he just talking about fighting dykes. You know what I'm saying? But the beat go hard. Like, he's a talented artist. I see what he was trying to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been, like, listening to other people talk about how positive he was. So he actually, on his video, they had a piece of paper where he wrote a message. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm telling you, I suggest everybody check it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to ruin it. Y'all have to check it out on your own. And it's amazing how I look at, now they have to rebuild after that, because pretty much they're comparing them to this the new generation is comparing him to Tupac. That's their Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Like, he lost, like, his life so early, but it was more than what he appeared to be. He was like, he had a lot of positive things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when losing that, and then today they had the killing, the mass shooting at up north. I don't know exactly the details because I got bits and pieces. I was on the way here. Yeah. I'm trying to think what it was. A post. What did they shoot? A post office or something? Some kind of government something, huh?
I just knew when I saw the news today there was like some type of shooting today.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention to it. I was like, man, another one, like,
Yeah. So it's like, after these situations, man, we all need to rebuild as a whole and as a nation, and we got to stop fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? The problem is we're taking too much time fighting one another and arguing about one another about tone, skin, what we feel, what we believe. We all got different beliefs.
Right.
We all got different outlooks. We all feel different things about this country, about this nation, about us as individuals. You know what I'm saying? So what can we do to encourage people to rebuild in these times? You know what I'm saying? From a musical standpoint, from a human standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Because I talked about the brother Pats, and then we talk about the mass murders. Like the mass shooting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What can you do? What can you say to encourage the people, D-Mitch?
Well, about the mass shooting, what I'll tell you is, sometimes before you act, take a deep breath. Make sure your action is exactly what you want it to be, right? Make sure you think about that, right? Make sure it's premeditated. Like, I'm not encouraging you to go kill them, but just make sure, like, you think of all the consequences. You think of all the families who's going to lose a person that they love dearly. And think about how your people would feel if they were to lose you the same type of way. You know what I'm saying? And if your people wouldn't care, go by all means, go do what you do. But if you know your people will care that your life is gone, your life is not on this earth, come on. You know that ain't what you're supposed to be doing. Like, come on, you gotta love your neighbor like you love yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the golden rule that everybody knows. Treat people like you want to be treated. And if you know damn well you don't want that to happen to you, your mom, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, your grandmother, your grandfather, like, you don't want that to happen to nobody in your family, don't do it.
Right.
It's that simple. Just treat them like you love them. And I promise you, the world will be a much better place. Just like everybody, we keep calling about respect. Like,
Right.
Man, they ain't respecting me, they're respecting this, but it takes respect to give respect.
Yep.
If you're not giving off respect, how you going to expect somebody to respect you?
I just wanted to correct myself
It's
from.
simple. Like, it's give and take.
I just wanted to correct myself from earlier. It's actually a newspaper place. The Capital Gazelle in Maryland is where this went down at. They went shot up at a newspaper place. Yeah, that's
safe place.
but that's why we have shows like this. We want to talk to people. We want to stop y'all from getting to this point. You know what I'm saying? I think the problem is people are so lost in translation and trying to understand one another, the communication between one another, that they get so caught up that they feel like they have to take some kind of action, and they think that, I don't know what's going on in their head, and I can't really say exactly what their thoughts are, but it seems to me like it's a reach out for help, and I feel like if people really took the time to listen to themselves and listen to others talk to them and try to break down what's being said to them, we could possibly avoid some of this sometimes.
Right.
I can't say it's gonna fix the situation every time, but we could avoid a lot more tragedies if we take the time to try to talk and understand our fellow person, instead of shooing them away. Who knows what was on this dude's mind prior?
Right. True.
I mean, I totally agree with that. I mean, we're supposed to take time out to get to learn our person, but just, I really got to ask you a question, because I know it's going to affect a lot of people, but if we don't never talk about this topic, if we don't never open up and openly discuss the topic, we're going to continue to be afraid to talk about it. It's going to continue to be a cycle of, if you say something about them, it's going to be a problem. And continue to do that until we get open enough to talk about it, because we talk about black issues a lot. But every time we talk about the gay issue, it's a problem. So, opening up to that and just open up the understanding of their mind frame, that's going to be hard for a lot of people who grew up in a traditional mindset of men and women being together. It's going to be hard to open them up. And to open y'all up to mentally, just because that person approves of it, y'all, listen to me. Anybody that's homophobic, like just shunning gay people for no reason, listen to me. If that person is not coming at you with it, why should you be worried? Because gay people know if you're gay or straight. They know that up front.
Right, and
they will not cross their line.
And most of the times I've met, I got friends and stuff and people who I know that are homosexual. I mean, and they don't do that to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's established. Now, they got some people. Now, every now and then they got a couple of them that go kind of past the line. But the idea is it's just about respect. Break it down past your preference. You know what I'm saying? It's about human respect. You know what I'm saying? Rather
24 hours.
Right. Rather, if you choose to be with this person, that person, my thing is, that's none of my business. That's your life, and I respect your life and your choices.
Right.
Because how you live your life is how you're living your life, and you feel you should live your life at that moment. But I'm going to take my time to understand you. I just need you to understand me, and together we can all grow. We could get along, we can hang out, we could talk, whatever, but there's a certain line of respect that we all need to respect. And that's, like I say, that's not just people who are on that level. I'm talking about people in general.
Right.
If you're prejudiced, I'm letting you know the same thing. You may feel a certain way, and I don't have no problem with you feeling that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You may feel that I'm this. I don't have no problem with you feeling that way. Just respect me, and I'm going to respect you. Yeah. You don't have to like me, and I don't have to like you, but I will respect you, and I want the same respect.
In return.
I was at the gas station on the way here. Now, I live in Denham, and everybody know, that's where some of them met. But I don't necessarily have no problem. I'm not even down in the city of Denham. They have been pretty much, for the most part, pleasant. Now, I've had a few bump ins, but they wasn't disrespectful.
Right.
I knew that the presence was there, but they respect me enough not to tell me nothing negative. And like they say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And they didn't say anything at all, and they went on what they did, and I went on with mine. We ain't had no problems.
Right. That's how it should be.
And that's and like you said earlier, about stuff-affecting people. Let's talk about that real quick. People are so quick to be ready to jump off if somebody say something disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, he called me the N-word, I'm about to whoop his behind. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Okay, I'm with that. I'm sorry, I just with that.
I understand that, but that wasn't the point I was getting to. The point is, what I'm saying is when people just, okay, like I mentioned earlier, you could tell that this person have a prejudice against me, right? But they're not telling me anything. They're just being silent. They may give me a look or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you with some people and everybody got them friends or they family members, when if you of a certain descent and you see that, they be quick to jump, F them and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But what did they do besides tell you nothing and gave you a mean face? I mean, we give each other a mean face all the time.
For real.
That's what I'm talking about.
Period. Like, period. It shouldn't be the mean face, the mean mugs. It shouldn't be none of that at all.
But if
It
it
should not be that at all.
But if it is, there's no reason to jump off the ledge and want to whoop somebody's ass. Is what I'm saying. And we gonna rebuild as a people. You gonna have to understand. People gonna have to understand. I'm gonna have to understand that some people are just not gonna like you. Some people are just not gonna feel where you coming from, no matter how deep or how real you are. You know what I'm saying? You could be the nicest guy in the world, the most caring individual in the world. You could be loved by millions. There's still gonna be somebody that don't like you, right? And you can't be mad at them because they have that choice. Only thing you can do is respect them, and hopefully they respect you. As long as they don't cross the line and disrespect you, there should be no action.
Right.
And that's real. That's how we can rebuild as a society, as communities, as individuals, as people. It ain't about it is about taking care of each other and our ethnical groups that we're a part of course. But the thing is, the fact that everybody forgets we're all of the same ethnical group called human beings.
Right.
And we could all bond together and work together as people, as like I said, as our ethnical group. Black people could be together, Caucasians, so on and so on. And that could work.
Yeah.
But eventually, you're going to have to cross the lines of communication. You're going to have to interact with these people because we're all bunched together in this one damn spot called the earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, or am I going to waste my time being mad at you, ruining my good day and my good life? Or I could respect you enough to respect your differences, you respect mine, and we roll.
For real.
I'm telling you, they had a dude pull up on side of me today like I was saying. And I knew he had Federal flag and everything. And he was playing some kind of song, but it was good. Like whatever it was, the beat was good.
Yeah.
So I was going to get my gas. I'm like, man, you jamming today, huh? He said, yeah, he got dang all right. And he was like, he's shocked that I was like interested in his music.
Right.
Even his like he had his kids, whatever, they like, talk to me and whatever, that was nice. You know what I'm saying? Now mind you, he got a whole Confederate flag on his truck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He looked like he might have some rope. You know what I'm saying? But my boy showed me mad love. You know what I'm saying? Because I took the time to just even acknowledge, like, we both had spoke to each other, but I figured that was going to be about it because sometimes that's how it is.
Yeah.
But my boy was like, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? You be blessed, sir. You have a good day. I was shocked. I'm like, oh, wow.
Right.
Confederate flag and all. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, what I come to find out, like, the Confederate flag, when white people have a Confederate flag, they don't not 9 times out of 10 mean that they racist and prejudiced. They don't really mean it all the time. It's just a part of their heritage. They just hold on to. It's just part
True.
of just where they stem from.
and you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're right. I've taught.
You can tell them they can't love where they come from.
True.
Tell them that. I
True.
know I love being black. I love being African descent. I'm not gonna lie. Like the fact that I found out that I'm part, like I come from the Cherokee Indian tribe and the Zulu African tribe. The fact that I found this out, it wows my mind.
Right. You about dumb enough to be a part of the Zulu tribe.
So you can't tell the people they can't be proud of that. They can't. Like
Right.
they doing their thing. They living their best life. You know, like let's do I'm living my best life.
You stupid, bro. I should have played that video.
Yeah, you should. You know what I'm saying? Just because he been brought it up. I love Lil Duval. Rolling Powell.
Man.
Jacksonville, Duval County all day, baby. How you see it?
But D Mitch, man, tell them how they can find you, bro.
Yeah, so I can find me on all social media sites at the same thing. That's D Mitch the Great. That's DMITCHDAGREAT. Fun thing is, on Facebook, you can find me by my government name at this moment, Daniel Mitchell. I swear to God, if Facebook let me do it, y'all can actually find me.
Hold on, why they made you change your name? I wanted to ask you that.
Ah, man, they wouldn't let me sign back in Facebook, but I changed my name to my government name.
Why?
I don't know. Facebook was tripping on me.
I hope they don't do that to me.
I needed my identification. I had to send them my ID. They was like, "No, we're gonna use this on your ID. This is what this name to you."
Oh Lord, yeah, somebody must have reported your page a couple times.
Yeah, they did.
That's what happened.
You know, Mitch be talking crazy.
Yeah, I done had like 4
I don't think
Facebook
nobody
pages
trying
thanks to my ex-wife.
You ain't go there disrespect nothing. We gonna have to rebuild this thing. Nah.
That's what's up. Man, I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay up, stay
man,
blessed.
cool,
Eat a lot of food. Peas like mama used to. And all that. God bless
Man.
y'all. Good night.
All right.
Good night, my boy D Mitch, man. I appreciate that. That was so good. That got deep real quick. Boy, we started talking about the community and all that. Rebuilding, folks. rebuilding.
Take you a long way.
Hell yeah. So right now, man, we gonna take a little moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying a little treat for y'all, man. You know, my boy, we show love to everybody who came and touched down on this show or called in or whatever. So we showing some love to my boy. We gonna play a little skit, and then I'm gonna kind of get into the instrumental jam session, and we gonna get into the last portion of our show after that. So y'all already know what it is. Shout out to my boy right quick before we get into this. My boy Sorrell Taylor with the comedy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So here y'all go, a little treat for y'all. It is called When You Think You're Looking for Something Real.
You feel me? Man, fuck all that shit, man. I'm ready for some real. Straight up. Real talk, man, you be tripping. What the fuck? You thought what you want on the real shit, that real man, man, fucking bro. You tripping with your bitch, man. Ass nigga, you real. What the fuck? Man, I done married yourself, man. This shit go tripping, man.
Oh man, shout out to Sorrell Taylor, bro. I hope you listening, bro, because when I heard this today, I said I was gonna play this clip. Man, shout out to Sorrell, man, Sorrell Taylor. Look my boy up. 225 Young C, man, upcoming comic, real funny with the skits. My boy sat there with a white beater on and some jogging pants, and with his friend, and she talking about she trying to find that real. He done got comfortable thinking she trying to get that real meat. I cannot deal. All right, y'all. We got to get into the instrumental jam session, man. And I just got to say, before we even get into this, when y'all hear the beat, y'all already know what the song is. I hope my boy get free. They look like things are working in his favor. He may not have to do life. So in honor of him, I'm going to play his jam. Yeah, man, they said they do finally change the story and told what really happened. So C Murder might actually get his trial overturned.
So
He didn't kill the boy.
But ain't nothing gonna happen to the dude who lied, right?
No, I don't think so. But he said that the policeman, supposedly the story was the policeman persuaded him to say C Murder did it. But now there's a lot of evidence showing that the man might not have did it. So he might have to actually chance to go back to court and get his case overturned.
So they're gonna have to pay him too.
Yeah, oh yeah, he gonna get paid. I hope he get out. We need him in the game. We need some better music. I hope like
he gonna get out, man.
Like he ain't always talk crazy stuff. He actually talk some real stuff.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what kind of music you would make. Though. Like, I really do.
I don't know, cause you know he changed his name to C Miller now. So yeah, when he rap, he gonna be C Miller. But I don't know.
I think it's a better name for him. It's a better brand for him coming out of his situation. Definitely.
But he definitely on the Kevin Gates level now, cause he want to school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The youngsters and stuff. So he might come out with something real raw.
He was telling what he did in jail, like far as like learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just probably have all kinds of stuff to talk about.
Well, I feel like he was always educated, but I felt like he just had a tortured, trail behind him. Yeah, like it just affected him to the point where they messed with him, and he ain't kept.
Right. I feel you on that.
But when I heard that news today, they say, man, C Murder might be able to get another trial. I was like, oh, that's a New Orleans celebration right there. Now, if he get out, New Orleans gonna cut up.
It's gonna be a second line. Something.
For real. You see how Baton Rouge cut up for Boosie? They gonna cut up for C.
Yeah,
they gonna cut up for C.
They gonna have to The park uptown gonna be popping and everything.
Because you would make you laugh. You know people for we embrace Master P to an extent. Because at the same time, be like Master P stayed in California, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But when you look at C Murder, you don't think nothing about California, or he
Like
from the
PG,
NO.
like-
He from New Orleans. That's one of us. Master P like he one of us, but he stayed elsewhere. Oh man. Shoot, we got about 15 minutes left. I'm gonna come back. We just after this point, we'll do a little wrap up on the topic, and we just kind of go like free talking. So we talk about a little bit of anything. Make sure we plug you in again and let the people know, how they find you.
I can send you my new video.
Cool.
Came out today.
And that's what I be trying to do. Like if y'all got a video, that's why I be asking for YouTube links. So when I play it, they getting the video. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I like make sure I click subscribe and the bell so they know to subscribe to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm subscribing. Y'all
Right,
follow
right.
my lead. This is hot music.
Right. I just sent it to your Instagram.
Cool. Gotcha.
That's about my divorce.
Man, yes, divorce is a mug though. I ain't gonna lie, I'm the happiest divorced person in the world. Like me and my ex-wife, she ain't gonna leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing, and that's one thing I love about my current wife. She understand that, because the person that did the wrong is always sorry, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But because me and my ex-wife been knowing each other since 6th grade, now we ain't always like each other like that. We hated each other at first,
Right.
but we have a kinship. Let me put it like that. We have
Right,
an understanding of who we are.
All kind of family.
So every blue moon she'll call, but she'll call and harass me about something that was undone. But I learned to be able to resist all the extra stuff and talk to her like a human being.
I get that all the time, man. But the thing is, I'm getting cussed out because I'm the patient one that's cool and I didn't do the wrong. But soon as that person get the chance to trigger, cussing, and I'm like, I don't like you talking to me like this. Like you act like I did something wrong. Like how you gonna try to reverse this on me? But it's like I don't wish that on nobody though. But I don't think people should even have to go through that.
Yo, this SMG Ronnie.
Yo, this SMG
Man.
Jay-Z.
Man, MCL Boss. Yeah, we not tuning in Kitchen Talk Radio Show, kicking
Everybody
with our
told me
bud,
it's
man.
like-
Shout 24/7, y'all know that.
Y'all already
You get
know
over
those
with the
chefs in the
divorce, you
building.
gonna be one of the happiest person.
Yo, make sure y'all tune in Thursdays at 10:12 on CrescentCityRadio.com and
I took a
YouTube
picture of
for the
myself,
Kitchen
like, I
Talk
felt this-
Radio
this
Show
right here just
with your
all
boy
tamed
Chef
in and all kinda
24/7.
like
My
shells
girl,
just
Big
breaking
Stay
off,
Winning,
like
my
whatever was
homeboy
holding
King
on to you
Leo,
and making you feel
Chocolate
painful,
China,
it kinda like
Alana
sprinkled out for
Renee,
a second. I was
Shade
like,
46, Let's
"Ooh,
Talk,
this feeling."
comedian
Like, I
Clyde
took a picture,
Williams,
I was like, I ain't
and
never
of
been
course,
this happy
D
in the
Mitch the
last
Great.
2-3
Man, y'all make
years,
sure
like-
y'all tune in because it's for the logical and philosophical.
I ain't gonna lie,
mind.
bruh.
Man, come be a part of
When
our
I
team
got my
so you
divorce,
can
my
know how
wife,
to
my
understand
current
your
wife was
world
there in a
by
divorce thing.
understanding
But
the
my
world.
ex-wife was pregnant for
Man,
somebody
check
else.
us
So
out.
after,
Kitchen Talk
the
Radio
judge
Show
asked, "Do we having a kid?" I'm like, "No." And he asked, "Son, you looking at her?" And well, we gonna get back on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we back. We had started talking about divorce again. Oh man. But hey, say that right quick. Say that statement that you heard that they told you about. Once you was able to overcome it and deal with it, it got better, pretty
It
much.
got better.
Yes.
It gets better for
Oh.
everybody, Like, but for the person who was in the most pain, that pain gonna turn to joy.
True.
For real. You know?
True. Man, I must say, honestly, to kind of wrap up this portion, I mean, like the whole idea, the topic of rebuilding, I will say this to everybody. First of all, when you come to that point where it's time to rebuild in your life, no matter what it is, no matter what level, prepare yourself. Take your time. Don't rush. Take slow steps instead of fast steps. Because even though you may rush through some things, but when you're rushing, you're forgetting some of the lessons that's going to make your foundation strong. So the only thing I suggest is y'all keep a positive attitude. Be positive around other people, so that way if you ever come into a point of weakness, those people that you've been encouraging positive energy to, they're going to send positive energy back to you. And just enjoy your life. Try to let go of your worries. give it to God. You know what I'm saying? Or just pray. Find a peace of mind. Find a peace of mind in something, and continue to grow. You'll be amazed at how life will help you. That's how life will get better as you let it go and you start to seek a peace of mind and you start over and find yourself again. That's pretty much my advice on rebuilding. Any last advice on rebuilding?
Keep going first. You need them in your corner.
True.
For every stone you gotta lift, God right there to help you.
Now, man, tell them about your projects you got coming up. Tell them how they can find you. Tell them how they can look for you. All that.
You can find me on Instagram at Jason Pierre Music. I have a second Instagram called Jason Pierre JP. I'm on Reverb Nation, Jason Pierre. I'm on any streaming app, iTunes, Spotify, where you can find my albums, music, singles. Search Jason Pierre. In Facebook, Jason Pierre. Twitter, Intuit Pierre. In the number 2, ITPIERRE. And projects coming up. I have Jesus Drum Major coming up soon. I have a show next week, Essence of Indie. On
Okay.
July 6th, I'm gonna be on that with a whole bunch of other talented artists. Yaka gonna be on it with me too. After that, pretty much I'm gonna be chilling for a second. And I'm also thinking about getting into this beat, this beat type of program coming up for producers at 3J's.
All right.
I'm thinking about checking it out. I probably will check that out.
I like that.
Sound like something different, you know.
All right.
Other than that, that's a wrap for me. And I co-host on the I Am Original show every Wednesdays and Fridays. If you need an interview, hit us up.
I like that. Man, of course, man, we got a lot of stuff coming up in our future. I mean, July about to be popping. We gonna have my girl Christina, the stylist, gonna be here July the 5th. I keep saying June. My boy Pete Madre, the legendary comic, the Dirty South, the dirtiest of the dirtiest Cajun comics, gonna be up in here on the 12th of July. My boy, comedian Russ Radford, he a wrestler and a comedian, a professional wrestler and a comedian. Now, I love professional wrestling. It's just something I ain't never grew out of. And it's something about hitting somebody in the head with a chair that just gets me every time. But also at the end of the month, we're gonna have a crossover with Destiny McBride with Hood Arrogant Entertainment. Another YouTube channel that they have going. They based out of Houston. They're gonna be coming in. We're gonna have a big YouTube crossover. And on the 28th of July, if you're around we're gonna be at the Algiers Public Library in New Orleans. I'm gonna announce the time later. I'm thinking it's scheduled for 2. We're gonna be doing a social experiment. Okay. And so we have limited seating. We have up to 30 people. I think that could be in that 28 to 30. Yeah. Limited seating. It's free. It's gonna be really, really interesting. We gonna try to do a lot of communication. We gonna have like little fun games. We have a little music playing, kind of similar to the show, but we gonna have the people in there. Right. We gonna have everybody kind of getting a chance to express themselves. It's gonna be real good. I'm ready for it, and hopefully the library let me make a few snacks and sneak it up in there. You know what I'm saying, for the good yums. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, well that's pretty much all we got in as far. Oh, yes, listeners. Also, August 17th, I'm gonna be starting another open mic. It's gonna be in Baton Rouge. It's gonna be pretty much a variety showcase, music, poets, free thought. I'm about all of that comics. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give y'all more information on that. The open mic that I actually announced last week, I just found out this past week that the place had to relocate, so that has been postponed until further notice, and I will be letting y'all guys know about that. Y'all make sure y'all tune into our YouTube Kitchen Talk Radio Show, Facebook Kitchen Talk Radio Show, Instagram Kitchen Talk Radio Show. You know what I'm saying? We got some good uploads. I'm still editing some car concerts, Chef 24/7 car concerts, featuring some of the musical acts featured on the show, plus some that has not yet. I also gonna be working with Sorrell doing some skits. King Leo and I are gonna be doing some skits. I'm gonna be doing some skits with a lot of people. I'm also gonna be doing a rap video for T Coop in a couple of weeks. So y'all will be seeing me in a music video. I'm excited about that. Never been in one of those.
Oh, for real?
Yes, yes. And I got a couple of other things coming from the world of comedy, but right now I'm trying to get my dates locked in, so I will be letting y'all know about that. And just keep following us, man. Chef 24/7. That's Chef 24/7. Y'all know where to find the Chef 24/7 fan page, Facebook, Chef 24/7. On Instagram, if it ain't my face, then it's not me. They got several Chef 24/7s, but if you don't see my face, if you don't see the chef coat and the big man in the chef coat, then it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So man, I just appreciate you, bro, for coming, man.
No problem.
I appreciate everything, bro, that you shared, man. Any shout outs, man? 'Cause like we got a couple of minutes, so you know we try to.
Shout out to God first of all.
Hey, man.
For taking care of me, man. Just waking me up, keeping me breathing, seeing the unimaginable that I'm living in right now. Shout out my fellow host, the leader host, Yaka, on the Crescent City Radio Show. I'm original. Shout out Glam Dog, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to you, Chef. You
Thank you.
Shout out New Orleans.
Oh,
America,
man.
everybody get a shout out.
I like that. Well, that's what I was looking for. Oh man, I like that. All right. I guess I gotta give a shout out because I still got time. Giving a shout out to, of course, my cast, God, of course. To my cast as well. I appreciate y'all effort. I appreciate y'all energy that y'all put in. You know, I appreciate y'all even when y'all not present. Y'all are still calling and making sure that y'all are present. And I just want to appreciate y'all on YouTube Live, those that's been watching on CrescentCityRadio.com. I appreciate the subscriptions. I appreciate the people telling people about the show. It's been a blessing, bro. 'Cause like I've been a couple of places this past week, and I mentioned the show. You know, I don't always plug it in, but every now and then I may plug it in if I'm having a good conversation with someone.
Right.
And it's surprising that people actually know about this show, and I don't know these people. And they're like, man, somebody was just watching that yesterday. And I was like, for real? Like, yeah. So I do appreciate y'all, those who are passing the word around, those who got people involved in the show, showing love to the show. Man, I just thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. It is not in vain. We're going to keep working harder. We're going to keep bringing more things to y'all. We're going to be doing a lot of, you know what I'm saying, interactions with y'all, you know, because we are an interactive radio show. So this one at the Agil's Library, we're doing the library first because we just want to try it out. We want it to be free for everybody, so we don't want to put it in a place where we have to charge y'all. So, man, if y'all in the New Orleans area, man, y'all make sure y'all stick around, y'all follow us. I'm gonna be sending out some flyers on social media, so be on the lookout for that. And if you want to be a part of it, y'all can always email me at 724chef at gmail.com. So y'all get ready, because next week we are talking about, and I got to go back to my information. That's sad. I had to really go back to my information. Next week. There we go. I remember now. There we go. Oh, I got to do my quote right. Make sure you tune in to our show next week. Our topic will be guilty pleasures. That's going to be a good one. You know what I'm saying? One of my guilty pleasures, of course, is watching wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be talking about our guilty pleasures, having a little fun on that. We're going to have my girl Christina, the stylist, going to be up in here. We may have a couple other surprise drop-ins. I haven't got no official word from them. So y'all already know. Keep tuning in with that. Now, so thank y'all for coming through and chilling with us. The knowledge is in your hands, so don't drop it. And to quote my mother after a good meal, as always, God bless the cook, have mercy on the dishwasher. I appreciate y'all and I thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. And I know I haven't been doing anime in a while because I had a couple of messages like, hey, what happened to the anime outro? Because I'm an anime fan to the fullest. So tonight I'm bringing it back by popular demand, the anime outro. And it has started on its own. Good night, folks. Thank y'all for tuning in. Check us out next week, 10 o'clock. As always, Kitchen Talk Radio Show. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Y'all be blessed. Oh, also my boy Arthur Shade will be in the building. Hold up. I know I had said we out, but I had to bring it back. Important announcement. I also forgot to announce next week we're gonna have my boy Arthur Shade, social media comic. You know what I'm saying? He come up with the funny skits. He will also be on the show next week. Now, back to the anime outro from the beginning. God bless the cook. Have mercy on the dishwasher. We out once again. Let's start it over. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. My boy, man, I appreciate you for coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. We hope to see more of you, man. I'm gonna kind of stop through and come over there and mix it with y'all. I call in, but I'm gonna pop up on y'all. Y'all be blessed, man. Thank y'all for watching. The one person that watched for these whole 2 hours, thank you. You the real fucking MVP. So, in the comment box, comment me your email. And if you're not Clyde Williams, I will send you a candle. If you're Clyde Williams, I'll give you a candle when I see you. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good night.